Hello, hello. This is Blues with Saturn Blues Gaming, and this is going to be a little bit of a different dealy today for my Blues versus React, because this has kind of been something that's been on my mind for a hot minute since kind of, diving into the deep end of the VTubing community. Also, this is a test because I'm using a new motion capture thing, so I'm trying to make sure, everything works well with that. I still haven't figured out how to use my arms. So I have some movement, but when I figured when I figure out how to use my arms, it's over. Like, this is all the steps for my regeneration. But that's all jokes and stuff. But this is actually something that's been on my mind quite a bit, especially in the racially fucking hellscape that we live, the racial hellscape of 2025, that we're in, especially with shit with the 700,000 racism woman in Shiloh Hendricks. So this has been on my mind for quite a bit, so I wanted to react to this video as well as a few other things to really get into, what being black in the VTubing community is all about, So, let's cut the music. And let's start.
Let's talk about a problem that I have in the VTuber community, the fact that I'm black.
I'll never forget when I was called freaking monkey cocky by a racist.
You're all breathtaking. That was an epic quote from George Floyd.
Whoa, he's a monkey IRL too.
Not wanting to draw characters that have darker skin tones.
Black people, y'all need a reason to be mad because life's too good for y'all.
Let's pause that. Oh no, not her. Oh no. Okay. So let's just dial it back a little bit here. There we go. So let's stop here for a second, right? Really breathe in, but we're not breathing in with the switchblade. We're breathing in. So you see, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just an old antiquated word, those days are over and blah 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 blah. So the first thing just to rebut this is, if that's such an old word, a woman wouldn't have gotten $700,000 for calling of an autistic black 5-year-old that word. It's not antiquated. It's alive and well. And a lot of people don't understand how vicious that word is. They don't understand it because they don't have I don't think a lot of races, like, I'm sure a lot of races have like their version of a word, but it's usually, the Caucasian community. In all honesty, it's usually the Caucasian community and minorities that come from outside of America to move into it that have issues with wanting to say the word, without consequences, because they'll say, oh, the First Amendment. But the thing is, the First Amendment is not stopping you and saying that word. It's the consequences of you saying that word. That's literally why they want to be able to say it without the consequences of it. That's all that is. So people going like, oh, the First Amendment. No, you can say it. You can say it right now. But guess what? If you say it, you know that you are at risk of losing your job, of being, banished from your social life. There are real consequences to saying that word. And that's what these people want to get rid of. And that's why the Shiloh, Hendrix shit is going on now, is because they feel like, oh, this is the perfect time. We got to make it more acceptable, especially in 47's regime, the united regime of America. And those from the Caucasian community or minorities that don't live in America, and hell, some minorities that do live in America, they don't understand how deep that word is. And there's a video that after I'm done reacting to this one that I want to play in full to get, if I can find it, to give you exactly how fucked that word is. Like, if it was antiquated, I wouldn't have been called that at 5 years old myself. Like, I had to learn, a lot of people don't know, but in the Black community, we have to learn from racism at a very young age. Either we get lucky and we're told in the safety of our own home, because that's like our version of the talk wasn't the birds and the bees. Our version of the talk was how to survive America as a Black person. What to look out for. The words they'll say, the microaggressions, the casual, and competitive versions of racism. We had to get that talk. And for me, sadly, I got called the N-word at 5 years old. And when I told my mom I didn't know what that meant, at the time, she was upset. That's how I learned about racism. Because a lot of people, especially when Obama became president, they were like, oh, your racism are officially over. No, it was not. In fact, Obama's win in his 2 terms, and the fact that a Black man, and keep in mind, he is a biracial man. That fact seems to slip past everyone's mind, but he has a Black mom, a Black dad, white mom. He's biracial, but this country was born on the 1-drop rule. And that goes all the way back to, chattel slavery, to keep people enslaved. So even if you were like 1/8, if you had like 1/8 Black, you're just Black. That's it. That's literally it. And so he's not seen as the first biracial, president. He's seen as the first Black president. And that, like I said, there's so much about racism that's intertwined with American culture. So, and that's a whole conversation that I'm sure we'll get deeper into. But this person's a dumbass. To get back to the purpose of this video, this person is a dumbass. Like, I've heard that a lot of people, especially Caucasian people, don't like being called colonizers. Like that, like I bet if enough people start calling them that, that'll be issued a slur, and 47 would be like, yeah, we're banning people from saying this word. And then guess what happens? Then why didn't you ban the N-word? Because we're seeing, you know what, whatever. All I'm saying is, this person's a dumbass, and I hope their career is ruined. It's harsh to say, but it's true.
You all need a reason to be mad because life's too good for you.
My neck got a lot of sticks.
Oh, Kirawa. Oh, no. You actually said it. Oh, no. The first time it went by too fast? Oh, no. That's awful. She probably regrets it. Jeez. Oh, shit. Brown models are not wanted. Oh boy, you all should look at forums or just look at how even movie studios treat black characters when marketing in Asian countries. Please don't be delusional. And there's also a lot of talk too. Because this problem also goes through the cosplay community, and like the cosplay community, the anime community, the K-pop community, a lot of communities just have rampant anti-blackness. But this one, I didn't mean to stop here because I was more shocked that, you know, while I was saying it. But this is crazy because, like, a lot of Asian countries are like super racist because they're primarily monolithic. They really don't have, like, they have minorities, but they suppress the fuck out of those minorities. Like Japan, like I love Japan, you know, I adore it, into it. It's beautiful. Problem is, again, my skin color, there was a lot of shit. And unlike America, where I'm used to its racism and how it moves, you know, through state by state, that's a whole different side of racism. They have like theirs is competitive. They like you have your E rank racism. They're like a S rank racism. And they try to frame it as like it's just them being xenophobic, which is also fucked. let's not kid ourselves. It's also fucked. But S rank, like S rank, it's fucking nuts. But there's also, and I do think too, when it comes to racism and like from other countries, their racism stems from colorism, and that's something that could be talked about in the future, because I firmly believe, like, because before even Black Americans were a thing, you know, before America was a thing, like, colorism existed. Colorism was definitely a thing, you know, like the caste system has been around for a long time, like a long time. A little too long. But it's been around. It's crazy, but let's keep going.
Oh my god. Being black in the VTuber community feels horrendous. The concept of VTubing is sick because the options with how you present yourself are limitless. You can be an anime elf, Shiba dog, a narwhal, a demon girl, an AI, a piece of shit. I'm not kidding. You can VTube as a piece of shit.
Okay, this VTube, okay, I hate to say it, but this shit VTuber is leagues above the one I stopped on. This VTuber is so ugly. Oh no. When a shit VTuber looks more high quality than yours, you have an issue. You need to fix it.
Present yourself anyway as a VTuber. This don't just apply to people who want to act as anime characters with different virtual personas. This also can apply to people who are hella unrepresented, such as black people. But damn, with the way some people in the scene be acting, my people be getting their ass beat daily. So somebody gotta call it out. It's me, I'm somebody. The black VTuber experience is weird. There's a lot of racism in this sphere. Many conditions make it difficult for black VTubers in general to get out there. Oh no, Taledo's complaining about woke SJW nonsense. I don't care, I'm black, y'all. It's my month.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all. And I want you guys to look at this, the date of this video, right? It's 2 years ago. This is going to be relevant for the rest of the conversation once once we're done going through this, because there's a reason I found this video, because there's an article that I found that talks about this subject too, that came out this year. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, give you the context.
Just pretend you're watching this in February. Get some snacks, get some water, get your favorite Boondocks clip, and let's get into the video. The VTuber sphere combines two cultures, idol culture and anime culture. While we could go into idol culture in another video, let's glance over the anime community. And Jesus Christ, they treat black people like trash! Black cosplayers get harassed for cosplaying characters. Black voice actors get harassed and called slurs for voicing and ruining.
Oh my God. Okay. True talk. Back when I was on Twitter before the Muskrat took over, I literally left Twitter that day too. I never went back. And so this comment is fucking wild. But there was so much vitriol. Like when old girl was revealed to be the voice of Mirako, the best bunny girl in all of anime from My Hero Academia. Shit popped off. Racism out the woodworks. Like, and at the time it was just like her going like, yeah, I'm gonna be the best hero, because it showed a clip of her, and people went crazy. You're gonna let this feel like some people like danced around it, like, you know, this is why you don't, you know, listen to, you know, the dub, because they just be doing anything nowadays to straight up monkey noises. It was actually horrendous. But to talk about the cosplay, because I talked about it earlier, I remember, I'm just gonna go back a little bit. Okay.
Black cosplayers get harassed for cosplaying characters.
There we go. Stop culturally appropriating Japanese people. Dirty N-word. Hey, I just want to tell you this right now. People in anime are Japanese. They're not Caucasian. They may like to, you know, idolize whiteness and Caucasian in a lot of those anime, but they're not white. They are Japanese. They are Japanese unless told otherwise. And I never understood how white people straight up decided, yeah, every Japanese character, we can cosplay them, you know, because they're closer to us, but let a black person cosplay them. And this is the reply they get. And again, 2 years ago, I've seen a lot more drama since then, and it's fucked. But this is what I'm talking about. It's like, you can't do anything. You can't, like, there's an old thing where someone said, there's only two categories, like, politically. White man and politic. Meaning anything that's not a straight white man, straight white Christian male, and in 2025 it's been changed to straight white rich Christian male. Anything that's not that is woke. Anything that's not that, that's what that is. And it boggles my mind. It boggles my fucking mind how they can look at stuff from a different country and just co-opt it and go, this is white people's now. White people, we have anime. We can cosplay as white people. We can indulge in K-pop. We can play games and not, you know, and let the politics of the game go right over their head. you know, we can absorb everything that we get. But let one black person get in there. And this is the response to that. Horrendous.
Black voice actors get harassed and called slurs for voicing and ruining anime characters. You make black edits of anime characters for
Hey, yo, that Gojo's fly though. No. Oh, if I could make if I could do a VTuber specifically like having this character, shit. You think I'd be looking like this? No, this is the ideal like black man. You may not like it, but that's peak black man right there. Black Gojo is literally the best. I may have a crush on him though. Shut up. Specifically Black Gojo, not regular Gojo. And I have reason for that. He's a whole ass fraud. We'll talk about that later.
inclusion. Low tier god yourself. Let me whitewash you personally. I'm not even kidding. There's an entire account that.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I just remembered. Yeah. I remember there was a whole thing. It was some girl from Pokemon. I can't remember her name at the minute, but there was a water gym leader in Pokemon that I literally saw in real time this happen to. There's like, ew, and then whitewash them. It's insane. Like racism is a sickness.
Just dedicated to this. And don't get me started on K-On! Profile. I love K-On! And I don't know what it is with that show, but if you like K-On!, there's like a 70% chance you've stayed the phrase, this might make 30% of the population black people makeup, or you're just a not.
No. Okay, real talk. It used to be K-On!, and I've recently started seeing it with Frinrin. I hope I said the name right. Y'all know the cute the cute elf girl with the pigtails. When you either see her or you either see anyone from K-On!, you see either one of those, that person is there's a 50% there's a 75% chance that person is absolutely trash. And there's no reason for it. We don't know how it happened. I don't think we're ever gonna answer.
I made a tweet talking about how K-On!, a super wholesome show, has a bunch of bigots on Twitter, and I was called slurs and a baboon. Like, look at this. This is not me calling every anime fan racist, but some of y'all need to be checked. Racism's a big issue there. And since the VTuber community,
it's not all anime watchers, but it's always a anime watcher.
he takes direct inspiration from anime, the VTuber fanbase has the same problem. Time to go over what it's like being a black VTuber. The treatment that black VTubers get,
It's trash! I'm playing, bro. It's actually ass!
just like black cosplayers, actors, and artists, black VTubers get harassed, attacked, and botted just for being black and expressing themselves for anything. And when I say for anything, I mean any black and expressing themselves.
Shut the fuck up. Speaking of Black Gojo, this is I know this is Naruto. Fuck whoever made that VTuber design went hard. That's really fucking good. I need to know who that person is so I can check out their YouTube channel. But yeah, it's like VTubers have hit the perfect the perfect middle of cosplay, anime, just the perfect middle, and parasocialism, but we don't want to talk about parasocialism right now. You know, just a perfect storm of hostility. The perfect storm.
For anything. And when I say for anything, I mean anything. Kenji commented on racial experiences in the VTuber community. People called him racist because some people genuinely thought he was white due to his model, despite being mixed with black, white, and Puerto Rican blood. No, listen to this. Man's posted a body reveal looking fine as hell, and someone called him a monk.
Damn! Oh boy, it's ripped! Holy shit! Okay. What I've discovered since I've started the YouTube life and started my regeneration into an official VTuber is that there's a myth that everyone who's a VTuber is attractive as fuck behind the camera. It grows to be true every single day. It grows to be true every single day. Like, for example, I had my VTuber egg broken by the Bao Bao's Fuamoko. Like, you could say Kizuna, but she was ahead of the game. Like, that was right before, you know, the VTuber shit kicked off. Like, I remember following her because I was like, oh, this aesthetic is cute, I can like it. But no, Fuamoko, the Bao Baos, the Demon Dogs, the Abyss Guards, like, they were the ones that made me go, oh wait, VTubing's really cool, actually. Like, VTubing's really fucking cool. Like, and I went too deep into the rabbit hole, and I found out there are PLs, which is past lives, and they're super cute. That's super cute. So it's like, no, that myth is becoming true every single day.
IRL 2.
Crazy.
I am being dead ass here. Sizzy, also known as The God, posted a clip of his Twitch on Twitter. Bro, imagine getting quote retweeted with someone calling you this. I don't know how, this feels like you just calling me the hard R. Anyway, support this VTuber by subscribing to the chat. Yami Umai called out a VTuber for calling one of his friends the hard R in VR chat. The crazy thing is this VTuber had the handle attached to their account. You lost the security allegations. You know what this girl did instead of disappearing or making an apology? She made a new account and retweeted it. I just don't understand it. History Tsunobi talked about how there aren't many live 2D assets for black VTubers, which is just fact. Since most VTubers aren't black, there aren't many assets that fit our race. And it's already hard enough for black VTubers to get black models due to the lack of artists doing it. Many artists don't draw.
So during my, like, while I'm going through my regeneration process, he's so sorry, my cat startled the shit out of me. Oh, me so sis. No, sweetie, don't do that. But no, I actually had this trouble in the year 2025 where my regeneration process and to get into a new body, it hit a lot of roadblocks because I could not, on like Vegan, for example, could not find a body that, like, anyone that can help craft the body that I needed. And it was brutal. I found one, like, I had to like really change my like I had to go with my second choice of how I wanted to up my regeneration my new body. But my first choice is I'm always gonna be sad. Maybe one day when, you know, maybe I get big enough, because this shit's a pricey regeneration process. But maybe one day if I get, you know, popular enough and, you know, I can make this into like a whole ass, you know, job or whatever, I would have the ability to, you know, have that body, you know. But yeah, this was a struggle even in 2025.
Black VTubers due to unwillingness or a sense of fear. For people who want to hear more about this topic, Evan made like a really solid video discussing how black VTubers struggle to even step foot in the industry, so check out his video. I'll eat your Cheetos, bro. I'll eat them all! But yeah, people completely misrepresent his intention and assume that black people were whining and calling artists racist when they were just wanting things to be more available. Well, I'm blue and I don't have assets. What awareness? Equating black people to non-human skin. Give this dude a quick time event.
Everybody agreed that segregation was the...
Boom, handcuff jokes around black people and slavery. Y'all too comfortable.
That's like a ghost clip. I've never seen that shit before. Holy shit. Oh shit. What the fuck is this? Okay, hold on. I really like your content. Can I ask a question though? Sure. Are you white? No, I'm African American. Why do you ask? I'm not really concerned, but all of the VTubers I watch are white, and I really like your vids. Thanks, I think. So I'll follow you if you make your person white. Oh my gosh. We have to make you. Sorry, my alarm. Hey, I like your content. I love your content. Can you make yourself white though? That's such a wild thing to say.
Not tell African American VTubers to make themselves white.
That's
it's already
crazy.
hard enough for them to get black models. Let us be black in peace.
Seriously.
Black VTubers rightfully have an issue with a non-POC using black models, claiming black as a commodity, and joining black servers as they present themselves as black while not being black.
Bro thinks she on the team.
VTuber fans respond by making monkey edits of said black VTubers.
Wow.
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Blackface VTuber.
That looks so.
Hey, god dang! Blackface VTuber!
I fucking hate it here.
Can I tell y'all about how this VTuber rebranded, got outed for sexual harassment and transphobia alongside blackface, got put onto a VTuber blacklist, and still got picked up by a talent group?
We do not care.
Black female VTubers getting called dark chocolate against their boundaries, black VTubers getting racist edits, black VTubers getting bot raids. Please just heal me. We didn't even talk about the VTubers being dumb yet. I thought angels didn't have any more years of their lives to lose, and I'm losing so many already. The Bible states.
Sorry, man. the audacity of what I'm looking at right now. The sheer audacity. That's fucking nuts. That's so fucking nuts. I hate it here. And again, 2022. Or no, 2020. I'm fucking up. Yeah, two years ago. Technically 3 years ago, I'm betting. So 22 to 23. Yeah. And this is still a huge issue.
That there are 3 types of VTubers: a soft, wholesome VTuber, known for good vibes and a welcoming community; a loud and chaotic VTuber, known for the funny clips and the quirkiness; and the third, the joke is racism. Like, what is this? What the heck is this? Some people be throwing mad shade around black people's experiences and saying the wildest things. I had a quarter for VTubers that made jokes about a black dude suffocating the cops.
That was an effing quote from George Floyd.
I have too.
I don't know what he's doing, right? Imagine just opening line. I was like, I'll take your breath away.
Sorry, not based enough for you? How about VTuber says the hard R while freestyling?
Oh, violin. He's got a lot of stick. That sounded bad.
I've analyzed this clip more times than I can count. How does the hard R come out accidentally from violin?
I hate it here. I hate it here, guys. I hate it. No, but seriously. Okay. I know that it's it was like a funny trend back in the day. Remember in Grand Theft Auto, where Franklin and his homeboy were talking, and you know the yee ass haircut, right? And a lot of Japanese VTubers would see that clip. And the same. Let's not pretend. But a lot of them said it. There was one. If I can find it, there's one that went musical with it. She was like, N-word. It was crazy. But I understand that they don't understand the context of the N-word. So like a lot of black people let it slide back then. Now I doubt it. But back then, they just found it funny, and I did too. But even if you find something funny, it was one of those funnies like, oh, this is so fucked up. You know, that word's being used to hurt that debased and dehumanized us. It's getting played for laughs. Oh, kill me. But yeah, that's pretty much how I felt. Like that, it was one of those type of laughs. And now I feel even worse about it.
I'm racist.
Never mind, understandable.
Oh, okay.
Have a nice day.
Okay.
Oh, honesty, it's become a huge part of everyone's vernacular here. So even I struggle to keep from saying it on.
And you know why? Because of the ass haircut. Grand Theft Auto 5 normalized it for VTubers. I will not be taking questions. There are no questions. I better not hear shit. I better not hear, oh, but blues. What do you mean? No, you know what I said.
Strange.
Is this nigga serious or what?
Some VTubers let the N-word slip and then others just be phrasing it directly. Like, what? Whoa. Yeah, let me mention it again. Blackface VTuber. Mike Tyson was right. Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched for it. Also, let me be clear, they really don't care. The girl who let the hard R slip, she apologized, and you think that'd be how it end? Then you catch her in 4K liking comments calling her fun and based.
We do not care.
And these VTuber fans eat this up. Base.
We do not care.
But when a VTuber gets called out for racism,
Now, I'm really mad.
you as a black people don't like when non-black people step over their bounds and say dumb shit? You stupid, sensitive PC
Yeah, see? This is exactly what I mean. Like they think they can play in our faces about racism. But if you call so there was actually a drama. I think Mugen. I'm glitching. I think Mugen did a video of it where these two girls were on Twitch and they I'm glitching. Help me. There we go. I think there was this Mugen video that had two VTubers lose their career because they were being racist towards a white person. That got taken completely serious, right? Completely serious. 100% serious. Everyone treated it like it was a hate crime, right? But then when the N-word's thrown every which way, it's just another day in the park. Hypocrisy. Like it's so crazy how it's like I don't even know how to explain. Like, and those two VTubers got their career ruined for that too. They actually got their careers ruined. I think they had to, like, you know, rebirth somewhere, or they just stopped. But their careers were ruined after that. Meanwhile, you say the N-word. Shut the fuck up, Snowflake. You guys, y'all, you white little bitch can get fucked. It's like, come on now. Like, what are we even doing here? Like, what's going on at this point?
Snowflake! Sponge boy me, Bob. There's a formula here. Some VTuber does something stupid related to race. Black people explain why it's not okay, and the VTuber community calls us haters, jealous, or snowflakes for calling it out. Saying slurs? Shut your stupid blackface! Treatment gets so bad that token black VTubers just go and appease the crowd. Then some are just straight up racist to black people. This dude made 4 separate videos railing on black VTubers, created monkey edits of them, and whitewashed George Floyd posts. Look, I try to be open. Hell, I'm even open to the non-black model topic for debate. Bro, he's just a leafy wannabe that hates his own race. Anyway, VTuber drama channels are crazy. Good thing I don't cover VTuber drama. Oh wait, serious time though. There's a lot of underhanded racism in this sphere, and the worst part is us fellas just gotta deal with it. Just ignore it. The internet's the internet. No one's forcing them or holding them at gunpoint. Except for me, brothers. You ain't invited to the cookout. You find you there, we're gonna give you the most well-done steak at the event. Every time it gets more cooked, you hear that?
That's harsh. That's so harsh. But no, that's literally the point. It's like they've been like I wish, like, it's not, I wish there was a right way to say this, but again, 2022 to 2023, and I haven't even gotten to the main reason I'm making this video yet. Why I keep, like, bringing up the year this video was made. But we'll get there.
Jake, so well done saying congratulations. Honestly, if you ain't a POC and you're making a joke about race, just make the joke bang or actually funny. Some of y'all just try way too hard on being edgy. Anyway, there's one more thing to talk about, and it's... I'm gonna make this point brief. I don't want this to be me attacking or shaming these agencies, but it'd be pretty cool to see more black representation in corps. And saying that makes people mad for some reason. VTubing has the appeal of playing a personification of yourself or an original character in the virtual medium. So seeing a VTuber that makes you go, "She just like me for real," makes you feel pretty good when you don't see yourself often in it. And there ain't much of that on the corporate side. People always point out two dark-skinned VTubers and say, "There's your black VTubers." Don't get me wrong, Aragami Olga and Tsukomo Sana, who unfortunately graduated, are amazing talents. But damn, that's like 2 brown talents compared to hundreds and hundreds of agency VTubers, probably thousands. Maybe when the anime community got mad at black people wanting more representation, they'd be like, "Oh, but what about these characters?" Okay, how many are caricatures of racist stereotypes? How many are one-off characters with no significance? How many are actually black? Shout out to Mika though, my favorite gay goat, watch this anime. And I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Actually, you know what? That was a good point. We also forgot the other one. We had, okay. So, you know, like I said, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all. I'm biggity black, and I'm black, which means I love anime. 3 guesses what my favorite anime is. Don't worry, I'll wait. If anyone said Dragon Ball Z, that's top 3, yes. Yu Hakusho is my favorite anime of all time. But Dragon Ball Z is second. And we had so little like black people had so little representation back then when DBZ was coming out. We all collectively just went, yeah, Piccolo's a black guy. And that has persisted till this day. I remember when I was younger, when I was younger, like people was like, "Oh yeah, man, I wish there had more black people in Dragon Ball Z except Mr. Popo." And I'm like, Mr. Popo's not black. He's clearly like meant to be like a genie, Arabian, like Indian type. I don't know which one. Kill me, lambast me for that. But I think because you could say Indian, but then you have Oob, you know, who's Indian, and he looks normal. And there was also other like Indians in Dragon Ball that looked normal. So I don't know what Mr. Popo is. I know that dude ain't black, I'll tell you that much. But we were so starved for representation, we went with Piccolo. And brother Piccolo has remained so consistent throughout the years, and it's crazy. And it's not just him. You had fucking who's that blue dude from Doug? Like anytime there was like a different color character, a lot of black people would just like flock to them. You know what I mean? Like we never had a lot of representation growing up. Like in terms of like in like the anime community and things like that. Like in comics, you know, you had Black Panther, you had Blade, you had Luke Cage, and video games you had a few of them, even though they would be worse, like Balrog from fucking Street Fighter 2. Looked like a whole crackhead version of Mike Tyson, which shouldn't be possible, but it is, you know. And fucking meanwhile, T-Hawk's out there looking like a normal man. But like we were hurting. So like even now growing up and seeing a lot more like black representation in like the fields of like in places that I enjoyed in makes me so happy. It's like now we don't have to get the alien characters, you know, to do that. And what's also crazy too is there's also a thing where like if it's like an all-black movie, Sinners for example, where white people are like, oh, we don't get representation in it, we don't get any of that, how come we don't? And it's not just them. I heard Latinos are having an issue. I've heard Southeast Asians having an issue, and it's like, shut up. Like Ryan Coogler made that, you know, for a specific thing. Jordan Peele made that for a specific thing. But here's also the thing. A lot of the time when they do this, they do add, like they had Irish representation in Sinners, Native American or Indigenous in Sinners, and then you had, you know, Black people in Sinners. So even when it's a Black-only movie, a lot of people will have that representation in there. Like Spike Lee, all the time, he had his set, like, actors that he would choose from. And it will always be like, yeah, the Black people are, you know, the important piece of it. But at the same time, there was always more characters. Like, you could watch, like, no one ever acts that in, like, a Korean show or a Japanese show or a Southeast Asian show or, you know, a white show like Friends or How I Met Your Mother. Like, and I love Friends. I love How I Met Your Mother. Like, my family quotes the Blitz all the time. I was called the Blitz all the time because I kept missing shit because of work. I kept missing out on shit all the time. Like, but there was no representation for us in there. And we didn't complain. We just watched the show and was like, yo, I vibe more with Chandler. And for some reason, a lot of other races don't do that, especially, you know, it's like they get upset when Black people make stuff specifically for them and they go, where's our reputation? Like, we even still try, you know, but we still get lambasted for that when, like, no one asks for the same thing. Like, growing up, like, you were expected, like growing up, a lot of Black people, we would just watch movies and we would vibe with characters no matter what the race was of them, which was mostly white, you know. In my version though, it's I watched a lot of like kung fu movies, like Shaw Brother movies, and one of my favorite movies is My Young Auntie. I vibe for a Tao quite a bit. Quite a bit. I vibed with him because we were so used to not having representation back then that we were able to see past the skin color and just enjoy the character for what they were. And a lot of people can't, like, they just can't do that. Like, being Black in America, like being a Black American is such a unique experience versus like every other country in the world, because the racism we have is so unique. Like in a lot of other countries, it's you know, a lot of colorism issues, you know, but to America specifically, it's such a unique case. It's so goddamn unique. Hitler took fucking stock of it when he was planning his regime, you know? It's very, very unique. And I think that's where a lot of people don't, like, especially a lot of people from out of the country don't understand. Like, they don't understand how uniquely racist the United States is. Followed closely by Canada, but that's for, you know, the indigenous people to talk about, because all I know is that how Black people were treated in America, indigenous people in Canada was right there. They was right there in the suffering with us. Like, one thing I will say about Native Americans here is that they got an apology for what they did. They got an apology and they got, you know, land. Black people still haven't gotten their 40 acres and a mule. We damn sure ain't getting an apology. We damn sure didn't get reparations. Now, what I will say for Native Americans is that even though they got a half-assed apology and they get their reserves, and I've heard that, like, from other, you know, Native Americans, like, you know, from friends of mine and from, like, research that I've had to do in the past, that even then there's some awfulness in there, you know, but like there's some really bad shit that's happening down. And that makes me hurt for them. But in the eyes of the government, they're like, oh yeah, we know we kind of fucked you guys up. Have some land, you know? At least they got the bare minimum. They deserve a lot more than that. Black Americans deserve a lot more than what they've gotten too, which is having the thing of every minority disliking us or being envious of us instead of truly understanding. And stuff like this is the end result. Stuff like this with the video is the end result of that jealousy and that lack of understanding. I'm gonna go.
Yo, and the proclaimed cleanest white person is Niji Sanji's black VTuber. Look, yo, I love your content. You's entertaining as hell, but if Niji Sanji falls over and you're still labeled Niji Sanji's black VTuber, I'm ending it again. Until then, you white boy. I think Taledo here. I'm seeing people mention Flair and Scar when the topic of black corporate VTubers appear. Flair is tan. Scar is Latina. That's great, but don't call those people black. Y'all just go up to any person with pigmentation and just ask them what their favorite barbecue rub is? I hope to God you don't. And since we're on the topic of Scar, y'all remember her being whitewashed during her debut week? There's just an agency problem with melanin in general. So yeah, more representation would be pretty poggers. But what about the indie scene? How many black VTubers off the top of your head made it? While I generally decent amount in this video, not many might come to your head as major. But as I do my thing of talking trash and causing chaos, I want to support my bros doing their thing too. So yeah, support your fellas. Don't be doing dumb things about race and, I don't know, give me your potatoes. That's what it's like being a black VTuber. Don't get it twisted, I still love VTubers in this community. It's an amazing medium to express yourself and find a platform to do your thing. It's given many individuals, no matter what crap stacked against them, the opportunity to establish themselves in this world. So we gotta give it credit. Being able to express yourself, play a character, or find your life experience as an avatar in many ways that you can't do as a webcam streamer is an amazing experience. But with a medium you love, if you see problematic stuff, as much as I meme it, call it out. Bro, I'm still mad about the shizzy bit. If the term tuber ever picks up, I'm causing more problems. If the community can effectively address its treatment, improve its resources, and support those affected, VTubing can become far more welcoming for other newcomers. Until then, while this community is fighting the racism allegations, help me fight the algorithm allegations. If you got this far, thank you for watching Your Local Fallen Angel. Smash the like button and subscribe because it really helps out, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. I want to be open on this because voices are valid, but just don't be dumb or make racist edits like this. Also follow my Twitch because I am actively failing the consistent streamer allegation. Editing's hard, okay? I like making videos about trivial nonsense. It's not my fault. Anyway, we
yeah, I did subscribe. Like I vibe with him. I vibe with his humor. So that was the video. Now the reason I brought this up in the first damn place is actually a threefer, but this is the main one. Note the date. Note the date and then note the updated date. That was yesterday. That was yesterday. Like there's so much, like I read through this article and doing this is how I found that video we just reacted to. But this is the worst shit I've ever heard. And a lot of it is more aimed towards trans people. But this shit is horrendous. And there we go. And this, I don't know who this person is. Bent. Boko's bent it. Shut up. I hate that that's stuck in my head. Bolt goes in, Bent goes out. Bent goes in, goes out for racism. This person, Kirsch, I don't know how to say her name officially, but she's an awful person. Like there's a whole, like I've been seeing her shit for a while now, and she's an actively horrible person who's actively very racist and very transphobic and very, she's drinking that mango Kool-Aid. I'll just say that much. You know, eating that little mushroom dick, that little orange mushroom dick. Be like, smell that. I need some of that orange dick. Like that's literally what Kirsch and a lot of people in the VTubing community that like her, listen to her, follow to her, act like. Like they literally have loosened their ever-loving mind lately. Like I've seen more hate towards Cinder for backstabbing her friends than I see anyone else get when it comes to racism. And in this case, also transphobic stuff. Like there's no reason that a person like Kirsch, for example, or any other people we saw in the video should still have VTubing careers. There's no reason why Shiloh Hendricks is at $700,000 for calling an autistic black child, a 5-year-old black child, the N-word. Racism is pervasive and it's uniquely intertwined with American culture. And as much as people try to not want to admit it, America is centered. It's basically the main character of the world right now, especially with the Pope being from America, from Chicago of all places. You know? So a lot of these people, they don't care about racism. And so especially in the VTube community where they can just hide their bullshit behind a mask and not suffer real world consequences if, you know, they spout this shit. That's how Kirsch is able to get away with what she's being able to. Because I tell you, if someone did the dreaded DOX on her, she would find repercussions really fucking quick. Like, and people like her will find those repercussions. Because even in 47's regime of America, people still can't say the N-word without those consequences. And they're trying to get rid of that. And in the world of VTubing, we're already seeing how that could take shape. With being able to say fucked up shit about trans people and about, you know, black people, or even past that. I've seen so much like the casual racism towards like Indian people, like Southeast Asian people, is horrendous. It's horrifying. And I've seen that a lot in the VTuber community. Not as much as I've seen the anti-black rhetoric, but I've seen a lot of that. All I'm saying is, VTubing does have a bigotry and, you know, transphobic and homophobic issue. And the best way to combat that is to call it out. And if anybody wants to defend them and try to go they don't mean it like that. It wasn't, you know, you're taking the words out of, you have to watch the full video. You have to watch she was joking. It's just an edgy joke. I've never had the privilege of having an edgy face. I've never had the privilege of going, yeah, I used to say slurs about this group of people all the time when I was like, you know, 13 to 16, and I grew out of it. I never had that luxury. I never had that privilege. And it's not a privilege I would want. But so many people seem to think that being racist, that being, you know, whatever race you dislike, anti-black, you know, anti-Latino. I never know. I always feel like when I say Latino, I don't know if I should just say Spanish speaker, like, because I don't want to brush everyone in the same, like, every, you know, Latino under the same thing. Like, I don't know the official, like, grouping of that, you know, but I digress. You know, whatever slur for whatever minority group they have, it seems like only people, it seems like everyone has that edgy, you know, face. That's all they have. You know, some people grow out of it, a lot of people don't. And you have to be very privileged to have that phase. The point I wanted to make in this video was to kind of share, you know, my experience with, you know, racism in not only like in my personal life, but in, you know, the realm of the internet. Like, I'll tell you right now, when iDubbbz was saying the N-word every which way, which he's apologized for, it seems like he's had the growth. That was a horrible time for like Black people such as myself, you know, in both real life and on the internet, because everyone was like, yeah, that's back on the table now. It's not bad. And I'll never forget how when iDubbbz apologized for that, it was like, no, I was wrong. People like Moist Critical, who I don't trust. I'll say right now, I don't like him. You know, there's something about him that makes my stomach curdle, because I feel like I don't want this to be true for the people that watch him, but I have a feeling that he's going to get some allegations in the future. And when it happens, I'm not going to be surprised, because there's something about him. Like, there's a certain air. It's kind of the same with like Wendigoon and Internet Historian before I found out their history, where I had that same gut feeling. And I was like, I'm hearing a lot of like dog whistles in their content. But what made me feel that way towards Most Critical was when iDubbbz apologized. He was like, yeah, you don't have to apologize for that. You don't have to apologize for saying the N-word all the time. And it's like, no, he does. Like, it shouldn't even be up to like white people. And also Asian people. Because I've been seeing this a lot in the K-pop community. It is not your thing. It's not you that need to. You cannot forgive somebody for the transgressions whoever did it from went to someone else. Like, if fucking Jenny called me the N-word, it's not up for you all to accept her apology to me. I accept my apology, and I have the right to deny that apology. iDubbbz was apologizing for saying the N-word. That's not for white people to accept. That's not yours. That's not yours to accept that apology for. That is for the people that word has affected throughout their entire lives. A word that was used to debase, dehumanize, and to hurt. Like it's not your job to accept the apology meant for me. So don't do it. And don't defend, don't be, oh, he was just young at the ripe age of 25. Like, it's a deep privilege that a lot of people seem to have. Like I said, I don't want to harp too much on white people, because there's a lot of like true blue allies, you know, that are in the world, that are speaking out for shit like this. And for those people, thank you. But this ain't for you. This is for the people that have the need to want to do this, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much kind of like my thoughts, and why I decided to make this video and react to the other one was because of this this article. And not only where I share this article in the description, I'll also drop some other stuff too. Like I'll drop this article, just fucking stupid, and I'll even drop this Reddit page that actually talks about Kirsch specifically, because this person needs to be stopped, and people like her need to be stopped, because with the way the United Regime of America is going and what's happening right now, people like this will sail you down the fucking river and get you locked up and disappear. Like the time for being racist or trying to downplay racism is over in 2025 in, you know, all over the world, especially right now. But yeah, I'll leave that in the comments. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. And this has been my yap session. So thank you guys so much for your time. And hey, fare thee well. Take care. Thank you, Grace.